It's your boy Indian Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, today's video is also about Arsenal news and views. Well, make no mistake, we have hell lots of news today. James Bain has something really important to tell about of Nicolas Pepe in the international break. Not only that, we're going to talk about Dani Ceballos, his highlights in his international match versus Romania. Moving on, we'll talk about Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson star for the under 21s game against Turkey for England. Not only that, we'll talk about the two assailants, the two who were allegedly booked for intimidating Sead Kolasinac and Mesut Ozil's residence. What happened to those men? Well, more on that, as well as Robert Pires has something really great to say about Matteo Guendouzi. Also, Arsenal scouted a very important player, and two important news about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So make sure you stick to the video till the end, and if you are not a part of this channel, make sure you make yourself a part of this channel by subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we post a video on YouTube, because we come home that is on this channel daily. Yes, you can be a part of this community by especially going there, subscribing and commenting, and let me know what you guys feel about Arsenal. What do you guys feel about specific players of Arsenal? What do you guys feel about Unai Emery going forwards? Everything that you believe is what your perspective is about Arsenal. I'll be happy and glad to respond to that. Well, moving on with the video, the first news that is coming your way: Arsenal have actually scouted 18-year-old Rubin Kazan midfielder Quisha Quaritz. Oh my god, what's his name? Okay, I'll try to spell it out. No, I'll not spell it out. I'll try to pronounce it. Quisha Kvaratskhelia, yes. Quisha Kvaratskhelia, he plays for Rubin Kazan as a midfielder in July versus Dynamo Moscow, but he came off the bench on 77th minute on the pitch. That is what he has been scouted by Arsenal scouts. Well, this is really good to see that, yes, even the scouts are doing the job. Well, moving on. Dani Ceballos, ladies and gentlemen. Dani Ceballos has been unbelievable. Well, he's been lightning electric for Arsenal, and recently I think he had a game, Spain versus Romania, where he started in a winger position. Yes, he started in a winger position, but he was more towards the left-hand side, and Dani Ceballos was wreaking havoc, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he provided an assist to Paco Alcacer's first goal against Romania for Spain. An assist was an hockey assist. It was an incredible assist from Dani Ceballos. Well, I called him like that because I think in Spanish, when you hear the commentary, it's actually like something like that. Moving on, the Spanish media had this to say about Dani Ceballos, his performance against Romania. It seems incredible that Ceballos had no place in Real Madrid. They were shocked that he could not be a part of Real Madrid, though Real Madrid are very much reluctant to sell him, probably because of Perez. Florentino Perez loves him. More than that, they mentioned in the article what actually was the reason why Ceballos was praised is because of his creativity, his passion and work rate that he had shown on the pitch for Spain. It was really great to see that performance against Romania. I saw some of the clips and I was really shocked, because I did not doubt his talent, but most importantly, I would expect him to be consistent enough, and more for that, I think Unai Emery has to start him regularly. If he's got to use him perfectly, I think Arsenal can definitely show a lot of character in the coming games. Moving on, James Bain has actually spoken about Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe has withdrawn from the Ivory Coast squad. That's what he said, and he further continued, as I understand it, he'll spend the remainder of the international break back in London. Yes, and it has been agreed by Arsenal and the Ivorian Federation. No injury, just without a preseason. It's felt best he works on fitness at Colney. Yes, that means, but it was really shocking to see that he actually had to go fly to the Ivory Coast Federation, inform them, and then come back to London. He actually flew, but he came back. So right now, Nicolas Pepe will be at London Colney, sweating it out for his fitness, and would definitely try to be more integrated in that Arsenal jersey, and he will definitely try to include himself more in that attack. I think it's a blessing in disguise because we wanted him to be integrated into that three attacking player system, and it will be really great for us. It's actually great news for Arsenal because the international break, you all know that how difficult it becomes if you're a new player, if you have not even had a preseason with your current squad. It is really difficult. It's really, I think, a blessing in disguise. Moving on. Some news coming your way. Number one, Aubameyang has been announced as Arsenal Player of the Month. Ladies and gentlemen, it was quite an obvious choice, and Aubameyang, since his arrival, has just been winning this award for more than anyone, I guess. But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been selected for the Player of the Month. I think rightfully he deserves it. Probably the best player on the pitch in terms of attack, and definitely trying to add in terms of assists as well. Moving on, FIFA 20 top 100 players lists have been announced. Aubameyang and Lacazette make the cut, the only two Arsenal players to be included in the 100-man list. But sad news for all the Mesut Ozil fans because Mesut Ozil has been snubbed. Mesut Ozil is not a part of top 100 players in FIFA 20 from Arsenal. Ladies and gentlemen, for I don't know, Mesut Ozil, I know why that has happened because of the decline in terms of his appearances, and most probably the decline in terms of his game time. I think it's really sad. I think well deserved, but it's really sad. I think I'd like to see Ozil in an Arsenal jersey, probably wearing and sitting on the bench. Moving on, two men pleaded not guilty, who were allegedly booked for intimidating a security guard outside the house of Mesut Ozil. I think their name is Salman Akinci and Ferhat Erkun. Well, these two guys were booked, and it is found out that they are not guilty. They pleaded not guilty for the crimes, and it's really I think the plot thickens. We need to understand that our players' security, as per the club, is of utmost regard, and if that is not being taken care of, well, I was just giving you an update of what happened to those two men. Moving on, the biggest news of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson had started for England under-21s for the Euro qualifiers for the under-21s, and the match was against Turkey, and our two Arsenal players, Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson, had started. Well, Eddie Nketiah got 2 goals and Reece Nelson got 1 goal. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we've got to be proud of our youngsters because these guys are leading the way in their respective age category for the international team, and it is really great to see that these guys are. It's really proud to see that these guys will play for Arsenal, and I'm really. We know the future is bright, and we know the future is in right hands. Right feet. Moving on. The last news of the day, Robert Pires has actually drawn a lot of positive words for Matteo Guendouzi. Robert Pires had this to say about Matteo Guendouzi. He said, Matteo is a warrior. Yes, he believes Matteo is a warrior. He had a fantastic match. He's a combative player, and what I like about him, that he is consistent with that. He did his job, patrolling defensive midfield, winning the ball, tackling well, and then playing the ball quickly and simply. Good analysis. Moving on, that's why he is an important player for Unai and for Arsenal. I like the reaction of the team to go 2-0 down. The manner of the response was unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We all know what exactly Pires is trying to say. Obviously, I think Matteo deserves that credit and deserves that praise. Definitely coming from an Arsenal legend, it's really great. And obviously Matteo proved his mettle in that North London derby, and he deserves to start every game for Arsenal. Moving on, there's a very funny story. I mentioned that the previous story was the last one, but this one is, I forgot to see that. Emile Smith Rowe put up an Insta story wherein Kieran Tierney is in a very bizarre dress. Yes, not only him, it was Emiliano Martinez who also had put up an image of Kieran Tierney. This is the image. And they asked everyone, even I want to know what kind of a dress is that. Well, there were comments such as Mask of Zorro. I mean, obviously Hector Bellerin is definitely trying to style him up, I believe. But it's really great to see something like that, a banter kind of a thing. But Moving on, I'd really like to see him on the pitch. I'm really itching to see him in an Arsenal jersey on the pitch. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked whatever came through your way. I think every news about Arsenal is definitely a priority in this channel. I'll be bringing in more and more news about it. So stay tuned to the channel and make sure you subscribe and be a part of this community, and raise your voice. Put up comments in my videos, whichever video you watch in, put up a comment, and then I will definitely make sure that I reply to you as soon as possible. And make sure you come up with more suggestions for this channel as well. I would appreciate if you guys can come up with suggestions as well. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.